Welcome back to Top 5.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP. Known for their iconic red uniforms, the RCMP has faced allegations of misconduct, particularly regarding their treatment of Indigenous communities. Instances of racial profiling, excessive force, and cover-ups have marred their reputation. While not as egregious as others on this list, these issues have sparked outrage and calls for reform, reminding us that even the most revered institutions can falter. 9. The Metropolitan Police Service, London. The London Metropolitan Police has seen its share of scandals, the most significant being the Daniel Morgan case. A private investigator was murdered in 1987, and subsequent investigations revealed a web of corruption, including police collusion with criminal elements and a failure to bring the perpetrators to justice. The public's trust was severely shaken, leading to calls for accountability and changes in oversight. 8. The Chicago Police Department. Chicago's storied history of corruption continues to haunt the CPD. Beyond the John Burge scandal, which involved torture and coerced confessions, the department has been plagued by issues of misconduct, cover-ups, and gang involvement among officers. The infamous blue wall of silence often prevents accountability, leaving citizens wary of those sworn to protect them. 7. The New York Police Department, NYPD. The NYPD, a titan among U.S. law enforcement agencies, has faced numerous corruption scandals over the years. The Knapp Commission in the 1970s revealed widespread bribery and drug-related corruption. More recently, the stop and frisk policy drew criticism for racial profiling, and the Dirty 30 scandal highlighted the involvement of officers in illegal activities. Each scandal further eroded public trust in a department that wields immense power. 6. The Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD. The LAPD has seen major scandals, but the Rampart Division scandal of the late 1990s stands out. Officers were implicated in drug dealing, framing suspects, and excessive use of force. The revelations led to a federal investigation and significant reforms within the department. However, the damage to community relations was profound, leaving a legacy of mistrust. 5. The Philippine National Police, PNP. Under the Duterte administration, the PNP has been implicated in numerous human rights abuses amid the war on drugs. Reports of extrajudicial killings, police planting evidence, and collusion with drug syndicates have painted a grim picture. The PNP's actions have sparked outrage both locally and internationally, leading to calls for accountability and justice for victims of police violence. 4. The Mexican Federal Police. The Mexican Federal Police has long been entangled in corruption, with officers often working in concert with drug cartels. The tragic case of the Ayotzinapa students, who were forcibly disappeared with police complicity, exemplifies the deep-seated corruption that has eroded public trust. The pervasive atmosphere of fear and violence continues to challenge the very fabric of law and order in Mexico. 3. The Russian Police. Corruption within the Russian police is notorious, with systemic bribery and collusion with organized crime being commonplace. Reports of officers engaging in extortion, human trafficking, and abuse of power have plagued the force. The lack of accountability and pervasive culture of corruption have contributed to a climate of fear among citizens who often feel powerless against those meant to protect them. 2. The Brazilian Military Police. In Brazil, the military police have been criticized for their heavy-handed tactics and involvement in extrajudicial killings, particularly in favelas. Corruption and collusion with drug traffickers have tainted their reputation. The violence and brutality often employed by the police have led to widespread public outcry and calls for reform, as the line between protector and perpetrator blurs. 1. The Afghan National Police, ANP. At the top of this grim list is the Afghan National Police, whose corruption has been deemed one of the most pervasive in the world. Reports of bribery, drug trafficking, and human rights abuses have plagued the force, undermining efforts for stability in a nation ravaged by conflict. The ANP's failures have led to a loss of faith among the citizens, many of whom view the police as a source of fear rather than protection.